Hey guys, welcome back or welcome to my channel. So I've pretty much figured out what I'm going to do for at least going into 2026. So some of the things I'm going to say are very contradictory from my past videos. But yeah, so first off, I did buy the sterling ink insets for my A5 rings, but they still have not moved from like the pre-shipping notification. So I might have to email Catherine because it's been at least 2 weeks now, so I'm a bit concerned about that. But I know that the US Postal Service right now is having weather delays, so that could be it. But yeah, we're like 6 days away from New Year's now, so there's that. And yeah, so I'm in Pocket Plus and I'm in A5 rings. The good thing about being in rings too is that the inserts that I'm waiting for with sterling ink, I have similar ones already, or I can make similar ones, or I could get freebies and make it into what I want. And so sorry, my throat is going. So I have a temporary setup in here. It's not really the setup that's temporary, it's the inserts that are temporary until my sterling ink stuff comes. So yeah, so we're in Pocket Plus and I really love my Pocket now. I think that regular Pocket was just too small for me and it wasn't giving me like the cozy, like I want to be in this vibes and stuff. So yeah, we're back to Pocket Plus and I love it. It's a really nice fit. I could actually fit side tabs, so it'd probably like run into my pen. But yeah, so let's get into it. So this is my regular decoration, except for because I cut this down, it doesn't have all the words to the song anymore, but it's fine. My usual deco here, and then I had these in Pocket and Pocket Plus. That was the one good thing about this seller, which is Anna Alicia, that she gives both options. Wow, my voice is weird today, sorry for that. Anyways, and it's has like a little cover page, the monthly, and then this little checklist in the back. And I do like this, but also it's a pain in the butt when you have to go through multiple months and there's like a space in between, so my brain was not loving that when I had to book a bunch of appointments and stuff like that. But we'll see how that one goes. And then the next one is my weekly. So I forgot to mention the Hobonichi Weeks is going to be like an archive if I want to archive, or if I want to like play around in Hobonichi Weeks, but it's not going to be like a staple thing that I go to from week to week. I made these, I actually had these made like for my Pocket Plus setup like a couple of months ago, I think it is, but I edited these so they look more cohesive with my ones going forward and stuff like that, which you'll see in a second. So if I hate this line, I've got to make it less dark because it's irritating me. But yeah, my foods goes here, and tasks and notes is going to go here. And then I have my habit tracker. So I've got like my medication section, my habit section, my symptoms section, and then my sleep section. And for next month, I just added lines because, wow, my voice is very raspy today. It's actually annoying me. Because these are a little bit more like compressed. I was getting a little confused up here for like this month when it was like just free. Though I really like the look of this, but we will see how I go when I have 6 months of those. I don't usually like to lock myself into a thing too, but I'm pretty consistent with actually vitamin D might get dropped eventually, but anyways, and so my melatonin, but it's fine. That's a good thing about the ring planners. I can always like just take them out when I'm finished with them. But yeah, but usually I'm pretty consistent. Like these I've been tracking forever. I usually track medication and stuff like that, and like sleep, and I mean shower, teeth, and there's usually 2 more. Hydrate and, oh my god, I forgot the last one. Anyways, but they're consistent usually. So okay, so then these are for my like my vehicle maintenance and stuff like that. I've just got to transfer the information again, and I also made these. So basically I used the weeklies as a base and then took out the lines and stuff like that to make the to make this and to make this, and the original stuff I used was I think it was either ghosting pens or Wise coffee break, and then I don't know who I got that. I think maybe I stole the thing from Lindsay on the border, and then I used Wise coffee breaks grid and then extended it to make it Pocket Plus. I can't remember 100%, but that's how I got that. And the Wise coffee break used to be free for just the blank insert, and now it's paid, I believe. So anyways, and then I just got blank paper, and usually this paper is the size of Pocket Plus, but I cut it down to do my pocket setup, so I'm just using the rest of that. And then I got my money / cards, my pen, which I found my green pen, so yay. And then my most used cards at the front in case I need them, but I usually use my phone. I have an Apple Watch and I still don't use my Apple Watch like I used to. And then important documentation in the back. So I really, really love this. It feels really cozy now. And yeah, so there's that. And then there is my A5. So, so deco. This is a letter that I wrote to myself last year and originally I had it in my journey planner, and then I think I put it in my cousin ? I don't know where it is now. Anyways, but I just bolded this and took one word out to make it stand out more because I put it in green writing, and this gap and this gap isn't exactly perfect, which is funny because in other pages I was very pedantic about trying to get everything perfect. But it serves its point, and I can't be bothered fixing it right now, so I already printed it out a couple of times trying to get these two to work out. But these are my goals for next year. So I've just got my health, my finance, and then I broke it into like my long-term overall goals, and then what I need to do in 2026 to get to those goals. And then this one I have what will support these goals and stuff, and they're in order of these. So this is food, this is movement, this is hydration, this is sleep, this is like body repair. Well, this is actually kind of also sleep. Melatonin and Ritalin's also a sleep thing. Anyways, and then my finances, I've got my planned things that I want to get for next year, and then I have my sinking funds, which are the main 3 ones, and then a note to myself not to freaking spend my emergency fund like I did this year. It was not good. And then I have my study guide. I don't usually set like dedicated times because I'm doing a like at your pace type of thing. So next year I really want to dial in and actually get shit done. So we'll see how this goes, because I really freaking suck at like time-based deadlines and stuff like that. Especially when I've imposed them, not other people have imposed them. So I feel like I do thrive in deadlines, but the other people, it has to be like a consequence to it type of thing. I don't feel like there's a real consequence if I don't do it exactly to the T like that. Anyways, this is Peanuts Planner Co. insert freebie that I edited. I made it so that the font was Times New Roman. I also changed it so that there was capital letters at the top, because it drives me mad when there's no capital letters at the beginning of days of the week and stuff. I changed the font size as well. I think I changed it to 10. Maybe not this one. I don't know. I definitely did these at 10. I added a 2026 here because it was in the border here and I didn't like that, so I put it up there. And I took away like the lines. There was grid on this side, there was lines on this side. I took that away, so it was just more simplistic. And yeah, I only printed out 1 page plus the like this yearly thing, just because I've something on the other side. I wanted like kind of see if I might use that, but I don't know if I would. So, but it printed crooked anyway, so I have to reprint it, which makes sense because once my selling ink ones come, I'll be like getting rid of this. So anyways, so yeah, and so far I'm still questioning exactly what I want to do here. I'm thinking like a project planning thing rather than a finance thing, but I might end up caving and coming in here and doing finance. We'll have to see how that one goes. but I just wanted the option in there to start in January. And then I have my weekly. So I started with thinking like just notes and then like my food at the end here. And then there was my birthday the next day and I started doing memory keeping, and then it stuck and I was shit on the weekends. And also like tasks that I needed to do. And then this week I haven't really done anything since the 23rd, and it's now the 26th. So I've got to come back in there. But yeah, I'm continuing on that. And then I might do like a weekly reflection in here or something like that rather than tasks, since I'm going to have my oh wait, no, I'm not going to be able to do that because once I have my Sterling ink stuff, they have it divided into spots. Okay, so we'll probably continue doing marking down like what I actually did in the day. I think that's what I'm going to do. I just haven't set it up for this week. So, the only thing I don't like about this is the fact that I feel like I can't add like photos and stuff, obviously, because there's like such a narrow column. But I do plan on allowing myself to do decorative dailies on the, like when I have an occasion for it, like my birthday and stuff like that. And I'm still trying to decide whether I want to do it in a loose leaf format or whether I want to get like a really like thin like Hobonichi memo pad, which I should have one of those somewhere around here, and use that for the year or for like a couple of years depending on how long it takes me to fill up or not. Just because it gives me anxiety having like even a half year Sterling ink book like stresses me out because it just takes way too long to fill up. So yeah, anyways, so that's what I'm doing for like kind of memory keeping right now. And then I've got my my messy journaling that's still going on, so there's that. And I just got this paper to fill it out because I have it on hand. It came with this binder. Also I brought some dividers for this, like more dividers, and I got them from AliExpress, and they came like the same size as this paper rather than actual true A5, and I had to talk with the seller and be like, these aren't A5, and they stood by the thing of it is an international standard A5 size and stuff, and I was like, well, it isn't and stuff. It was freaking really annoying. And then I ended up going to AliExpress and disputing it because it was just too much of a hassle and stuff, and they weren't budging. So luckily I got my refund back, and AliExpress let me keep them, which I can use the top ones, but the side ones I can't use. They're literally, like the inserts basically take over the tab and stuff, so it's very shit. Anyways, but yeah, so just when you're on AliExpress, A5 might be A5 stuff might be questionable because it might have this like little notch taken out of it. Just a heads up. Okay, I got assignment tracker. This is how I want to do my my categories and stuff next year, because I'm very curious of how much I spend in a year with my planners and journals and stuff, and I want to keep it to 2 pages because I want to try being more minimalist with my spending next year. Miscellaneous is like anything that isn't planner and journal related type of thing, because this is a really big category for me. It's about like clothes and like miscellaneous things that I buy for the house and stuff like that isn't as much of a big category. So I got that, and I got 2 pages for that. And then takeout, which I really want to dial in. I've been pretty good the last couple of weeks and stuff like that, but I really want to like keep it to 2 times a fortnight basically, because I get paid every fortnight. So like once a week basically, instead of a lot more than I usually have, like heaps. And eventually I would actually like to bring it down to like once a fortnight. So yeah, there's that. And then I just got a couple of extra pages in here, and I have these in here but I don't use them, so I really should take them out. And then I've got my old Hobonichi paper, which I think this is like my 2022 one or my 2025 one. Actually, it's probably my 2022 one. I'm thinking, no, it's my 2023 one, because that's the year I got like the full year one. Anyways, and yeah, it's just my scratch paper. This was my original like goal setting thing, and I skipped out environment because I felt like that was more like of a a forever project, like a multi-year project rather than like goals and stuff. Though I guess this is also a project, but whatever. And then I got a night routine that I want to start sticking to, and then I've got a vague daytime routine, but it's like not in concrete yet. And then my weekly goals that I want to, like, that I must do also with my goals and stuff like that. So I wasn't so like rigid about like, oh, I have to do this like 100% like this. I put version ones of things. So for instance, my movement here is just to get on the stepper for 1 minute 3 times a week. That's pretty like tame for probably most people and stuff, but it's just to get me into the act of getting on to the stepper and doing some exercise. So eventually this is going to have to be updated and stuff, and that's where I can get like version 2, version 3, and so on and so forth type of thing, and we can see how many versions I change it to throughout the year and stuff. In hindsight, I just realized that means we're going to also have to print this side multiple times, which is a waste of ink, but oh well, it is what it is. But that's why I have version 1 basically. And then it's just this paper. I have some dailies in the back, but I don't use these right now, so, but I might when I start doing my project. My neighbor wants me to help with some of her business stuff next year, and so when I do that, I might use these dailies and stuff. We'll see how it goes. And I have therapy and stuff at the back. I just didn't want to show that on camera because obviously personal, my pen, and that's pretty much it. And I'm really enjoying this. I've just been mainly using the weekly and the messy journaling right now, and obviously the notes. Actually, I'm pretty well in here except for the monthly. So yeah, that's pretty much going to be it for now. And I find it funny that I'm in 2 sets of rings. I will probably have to have like a secondary A5 binder to like do archiving in / referencing like past stuff and all that stuff, but this is kind of like my active doing book, the one that I'll be in every day. So yeah, so that is it. Bye.